Found your name inside an old cafe, written on a napkin we forgot. The coffee's cold, the chair is empty now, but somehow you're still here, inside these quiet thoughts. The rain still knows the streets we used to walk. Every corner whispers who we were. Time keeps moving, but my heart remains exactly where you left it first. Maybe forever was never measured by time. Maybe goodbye was only written for us. You're the last letter you never read, the last forever you'll never believe. Every sunrise still carries pieces of your smile, and every midnight calls your name a while. If love can disappear, then why are you still here, inside every dream? I cannot leave. You're the last letter you never read. The photographs have started fading slow, but your laughter never leaves this room. Every melody still sounds like home, even though I'm singing here alone. People tell me life goes on somehow, but they never knew what we became. Some hearts keep beating long after love has forgotten someone's name. I tried to silence every memory we made, that day, you'll always be the last letter you never read. Some memories fade, some promises break, but the truest love never really leaves. It simply learns to live inside the silence. I found your handwriting tonight, hidden in an old desk drawer. The paper's worn, the ink is fading, but it still feels just like before. Every word still knows my heartbeat, every line still calls my name. Funny how a simple letter can set a soul on fire again. I try to lock these memories away, but they always find the key. Every page becomes another road, leading you back to me. You never read the last letter that I wrote. Every tear became a sentence, every word was filled with hope. If love could cross the distance, maybe you'd come back instead. Now all that's left between us is the last letter you never read. The coffee's cold beside the window, morning slowly fills the sky, but your shadow stays beside me like you never said goodbye. I still hear your quiet laughter, living somewhere in these walls. Even silence sounds familiar when your memory softly calls. Time keeps telling me to let you go, but my heart still disagrees. Some goodbyes become forever, some forever never leaves. You never read the last letter that I wrote. Every page was full of promises that never found their home. If I could rewrite yesterday, I'd choose you once again. Now all I have to hold is the last letter you never read. Maybe somewhere across another lifetime, you'll hear every word I never got to say. Maybe every broken story still becomes a song someday. You never read the last letter from my heart. Still I write your name in silence, though we're oceans apart. If memories are forever, then forever will remain inside these quiet pages, where love still knows your name. So if the wind should find you some distant autumn day, maybe it will carry the words I couldn't say. And somewhere in the silence, you'll finally understand. You were always the home I never left. When the lights forgot your name. The room is quiet, almost sacred, just the hum of midnight rain. Your sweater's hanging by the doorway, like you're walking in again. There's a picture turned face down now, but I know every line by heart. Funny how a little silence can still tear a man apart. I tried to close the door behind us, tried to leave the past where it belongs, but every shadow in this apartment still remembers all our songs. When the lights forgot your name, I still whispered it the same, like the dark would bring you back to me, like love had never changed. Every street, every flame still burns with what we became. Even when the whole world moved on, I stayed where your memory remains. When the lights forgot your name. I drove by that old corner diner where we used to lose the time. You would laugh before you answered, like forever was on our side. Now the city shines without us, neon ghosts on empty glass, and I keep reaching for a future that got buried in the past. Maybe healing isn't leaving, maybe it's learning how to breathe, with all the pieces of a promise still broken underneath. When the lights forgot your name, I still whispered it the same, like the dark would bring you back to me, like love had never changed. Every street, every flame still burns with what we became. Even when the whole world moved on, I stayed where your memory remains. When the lights forgot your name. If I had one more night to hold you, one more chance to make it right, I would tell you all the things I buried somewhere in my pride, that I never stopped believing you were more than just a phase. You were the reason every lonely room still echoes with your shade. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling through the pain, still tracing every part of us, like it never slipped away. Every road, every rain still leads me back again. Even if your heart found someone new, mine still breaks in your old place. And when the lights forgot your name, I loved you just the same. Now the night is fading slowly, and the city starts to wake, but somewhere in the quiet, you're still the song I cannot break. When the lights forgot your name, the coffee shop still opens early, the corner table's still the same. People come and go like seasons, but nothing here has really changed. The city keeps on moving forward while I remain somewhere behind, holding conversations with shadows you left inside my mind. And every road I take still somehow leads to you. No matter how far I run, there's nothing I can do. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling it softly. When the world moved on without us, I was still holding on. Honestly, every memory stayed alive long after love had walked away. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. Yeah, your picture fades a little slower than every promise we once made. I still hear your voice in silence, like a song that never fades. The moon still hangs above the rooftop, just like the nights we used to share. And sometimes when the wind is blowing, I still believe you're there. Maybe healing means learning how to live with pain, but some loves leave a mark that forever remains. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling it softly. When the world moved on without us, I was still holding on. Honestly, every memory stayed alive long after love had walked away. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. If I could stand beside you for one more night beneath the stars, I'd tell you every word I buried in my heart. I'd tell you that forever never felt long enough. And even now you're still the story I can't stop writing. When the lights forgot your name, I was still whispering your memory. And the years erased our footprints, you'll remain a part of me. Every dream still carries pieces of the life we couldn't save. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. Some names disappear from the world, but never from the heart. The night still sounds like you. I came home late, the hallway quiet, your picture frame still on the wall. The lamp beside the window's glowing like you never left at all. Your sweater's folded on the chair now, your book is open where you read. And every little thing you touched here still feels alive to me. I keep telling myself you're only a memory now, but memory has a voice and I still hear it somehow. The night still sounds like you, like your footsteps in the other room, like your laughter in the half-light, like the way you said I'll be home soon. And every silence in this house still carries something I can't lose. No matter how much time goes by, the night still sounds like you. I drove past where we used to meet, that little diner by the rain. The waitress asked if I was waiting, and I almost said your name. The city keeps its own secrets, but mine are written in the dark. In every street and every window, you still leave your mark. Maybe love doesn't leave, it just changes shape somehow. It becomes the quiet ache I'm still living with right now. The night still sounds like you, like your footsteps in the other room, like your laughter in the half-light, like the way you said I'll be home soon. And every silence in this house still carries something I can't lose. No matter how much time goes by, the night still sounds like you. If I could have one more midnight, one more slow dance in the kitchen light, I'd hold you like I should have then, and beg the morning not to come again. But all I had are these reflections and the echo of your name. A heart still learning how to break without forgetting what remains. The night still sounds like you, in the stillness and the midnight blue, in the shadows by the doorway, in the dreams I'm always waking to. And every room inside this house still keeps a little piece of you. No matter how I try to heal, the night still sounds like you. Some people leave the room, but their echo stays behind. I still hear you in the silence, I turned the key, the house was quiet, like it was waiting just for me. Your coffee cup is still in the cupboard, your shadow's still in every room I see. There's a jacket hanging by the doorway, like you might walk back in tonight. And I swear for just a second, I almost heard you say I'm fine. Time keeps moving, but some things don't. Some hearts break slowly and never let go. I still hear you in the silence, in the spaces where your laughter used to be, in the midnight and the half-light, when the whole world feels too quiet around me. Every memory keeps calling, like your name was never meant to fade away. talking, I still hear you in the silence every day. I drove by our old street this morning, the one where we were young and sure, where forever felt so easy and love felt like it could endure. Now the windows hold new curtains and someone else lives in that light, but I still see us in the driveway, trying not to say goodbye. Maybe healing isn't forgetting. Maybe it's learning to live with what's missing. I still hear you in the silence, in the spaces where your laughter used to be, in the midnight and the half-light, when the whole world feels too quiet around me. Every memory keeps calling, like your name was never meant to fade away. And even now, when no one's talking, I still hear you in the silence every day. If I had one last conversation, I wouldn't ask where we went wrong. I just thank you for the moments that still keep me holding on, for the nights beneath the streetlights, for the way you said my name, for the part of me that loved you and will never be the same. I still hear you in the silence, in the echoes of the life we used to know, in the stillness of the morning, in the places that I never really go. And though I know the world keeps turning, and I know I have to find my way somehow, there's a part of me still listening for your voice inside the silence, even now. Some people leave the room, but never leave the silence. There was a time when forever sounded easy, just your hand in mine, and every dream between us, we painted futures on the walls of our hearts, never thinking they could fall apart. But seasons change and people do, and somehow I lost you. We were forever until we weren't, a beautiful fire that slowly burned. I still hear your voice in every quiet room, still see your smile when the flowers bloom. We were forever, at least that's what we believed before forever became a memory. I still drive past the places we loved, and every streetlight feels like a photograph. The years keep moving, but some feelings stay, like your shadow refusing to fade away. I tried to let go, I tried to be strong, but some goodbyes last too long. We were forever until we weren't. A beautiful fire that slowly burned. I still hear your voice in every quiet room, still see your smile when the flowers bloom. We were forever, at least that's what we believed before forever became a memory. If I could borrow one more night with you, I'd tell you all the things I never got to. That losing you changed everything, and some hearts never stop remembering. We were forever until we weren't, but loving you was still worth the hurt. And even now, though years have passed, the best parts of us still last. We were forever for a moment in time, and a part of you will always be mine. Some promises fade, but some memories never do. The coffee shop on 7th Avenue still plays the songs we used to know. I passed the corner where you kissed me, and suddenly I'm moving slow. The city keeps on breathing like nothing ever changed, but every street I walk reminds me of the way you said my name. I thought time would make it easier. I thought I'd finally be alright, but some memories wait in silence, only to return at night. I'm somewhere between missing you and learning how to let you go. your photograph this morning, hidden inside a drawer. And for a moment all the distance didn't matter anymore. I remembered all the laughter, the plans we never made, and now forever felt so easy before it slipped away. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's carrying less pain with every memory that remains. I'm somewhere between missing you and learning how to let you go. Somewhere between holding on and knowing I should move on alone. I smile a little more these days, but your shadow still follows me home. I'm somewhere between missing you and moving on. If I could see you one last time, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I'd simply thank you for the moments that still light my darkest days. Because love doesn't disappear just because it's gone. Sometimes it becomes a memory we carry on and on. I'm somewhere between missing you and finally finding who I am. Somewhere between yesterday and learning how to love again. The story didn't end the way we thought it would back then. But somewhere between missing you, I found myself again. And maybe that's what healing is, not forgetting, just learning to carry the memory. The memory you left behind. I found your name inside an old notebook, hidden between pages of another year. And suddenly the room grew quiet, like your voice was standing here. The dust was dancing through the sunlight, like tiny pieces of the past. And every memory I buried found a way to come back. Some things fade, some things disappear, but some hearts keep holding on long after you're gone. You're the memory city changed its colors and the years moved on somehow, but there are moments in the silence that still bring me back somehow. A familiar scent, a distant melody, and suddenly I find myself standing where we used to be. Maybe love doesn't end, maybe it learns to hide inside the spaces time can't reach. You're the memory left behind, the shadow living in my mind, the song I hear on sleepless nights, the reason certain stars still shine. And though I know you're not coming home, the story never said goodbye. You're the memory you left behind, and somehow still a part of mine. If memories were oceans, I'd still be lost at sea, following the echoes of who we used to be. And if forever only lives inside the things we knew, then forever still belongs to me and you. You're the memory left behind, the light that lingers after night, the dream that time could never steal, the love that still survives. And though this road goes on without you, some feelings never die. You're the memory you left behind, and you'll be with me for all my life. Some memories fade, yours never did. The coffee's cold beside the window, just like yesterday. I still leave a light on sometimes, though you don't know the way. The city moves around me like nothing ever changed, but every street still whispers the sound of your name. And every night when the silence surrounds, I find you again, somewhere between memories and goodbye. I still talk to you in my mind, like you're listening somewhere tonight. I tell you all the things I never found the courage to say. And though you're gone and time keeps moving on, a part of me still stays behind, talking to you in my mind. I heard our song this morning in a little downtown fade, and suddenly the years between us faded away. For a moment I could see you laughing in the rain, like a photograph that never learned to fade. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it changes form and becomes a memory that keeps us warm. I still talk to you in my mind, like you're listening somewhere tonight. I tell you all the things I never found the courage to say. And though you're gone and life keeps moving on, a part of me still stays behind, talking to you in my mind. If I could borrow one more moment, one more hour with you, I'd tell you every little thing I thought you already knew. That you were my favorite chapter, my safest place to fall, and losing you still feels impossible. I still talk to you in my mind, every sunset, every sleepless night. And though the world keeps turning, some feelings never say goodbye. Maybe that's what love is, when all the years unwind, our hearts still holding conversations with someone left behind. I still talk to you in my mind, and somewhere beyond the silence, I hope you hear me. The city sleeps, but some memories stay awake. I saw your shadow in the streetlight, dancing softly in the rain. For a second I believed you were coming back again. The stars were hanging over rooftops like they knew what I was thinking, and every quiet corner still remembers where we've been. Maybe love never really leaves, maybe it changes shape and hides inside the night. When the moon remembers us, I can feel your heartbeat in the dark, like a photograph of summer still hanging in my heart. And though the years keep moving, some feelings never fade. songs still play in coffee shops, and somehow bring me back to conversations unfinished and dreams we couldn't have. I know life is carried on, and maybe that's okay, but sometimes memories arrive without asking if they'll stay. Maybe every love story leaves a little light behind. When the moon remembers us, I can hear your laughter on the wind, like a melody I loved and never wanted to end. And though we're different people than we were yesterday, when the moon remembers us, you don't seem so far away. Maybe somewhere under this same sky, you're thinking of me too. Maybe every lonely midnight still carries pieces of the truth. And if our story ended, the feeling never did, because some hearts keep holding on to beautiful things they miss. When the moon remembers us, I can see forever in your eyes, like a dream that left too early, but never really died. And if I never find you in this lifetime once again, I'll still smile. When the moon remembers the way we used to be. The city sleeps, but the moon remembers everything. The city sleeps, but some memories stay awake. I saw your shadow in the streetlight, dancing softly in the rain. For a second I believed you were coming back again. The stars were hanging over rooftops like they knew what I was thinking, and every quiet corner still remembers where we've been. Maybe love never really leaves. Maybe it changes shape and hides inside the night. When the moon remembers us, I can feel your heartbeat in the dark, like a photograph of summer still hanging in my heart. And though the years keep moving, some feelings never fade. conversations unfinished, and dreams we couldn't have. I know life is carried on, and maybe that's okay, but sometimes memories arrive without asking if they'll stay. Maybe every love story leaves a little light behind. When the moon remembers us, I can hear your laughter on the wind, like a melody I loved and never wanted to end. And though we're different people than we were yesterday, when the moon remembers us, you don't seem so far away. Maybe somewhere under this same sky, you're thinking of me too. Maybe every lonely midnight still carries pieces of the truth. And if our story ended, the feeling never did, because some hearts keep holding on to beautiful things they miss. When the moon remembers us, I can see forever in your eyes, like a dream that left too early, but never really died. And if I never find you in this lifetime once again, I'll still smile. When the moon remembers the way we used to be. The city sleeps, but the moon remembers everything. I found your number yesterday, hidden in an old phone I kept. I stared at it for half an hour, like a man afraid to regret. Outside the rain was falling down, like it did that final night, when we stood beneath the streetlights, watching love fade out of sight. I still remember every word. The silence hurt much more, to people standing face to face, not knowing what they're fighting for. Sometimes goodbye arrives so softly, you don't even hear the sound, until you're standing years later, looking for what can't be found. The last time I called your name, I never knew it would be the last. I thought we'd find our way somehow. I thought our love would last. Now your memory echoes through these empty halls. coffee shop is still there, the corner table too. Sometimes I sit there by myself and watch the door for you. I know it sounds ridiculous after all this time has passed, but some hearts keep believing in miracles that never last. I've learned how to smile politely, I've learned how to move ahead, but there are conversations that still replay inside my head. And if I could relive one moment before we slipped away, I'd tell you everything I never found the words to say. The last time I called your name, I never knew it was goodbye. I never knew forever could disappear overnight. Now every lonely midnight feels exactly the same, because a part of me is still calling your name, calling your name. Do you remember that summer by the ocean, when we promised we'd grow old, laughing at the waves? We were young enough to believe love could conquer anything, but nobody warns you how fragile forever can be. And if you're somewhere listening, if somehow you can hear, know that not a single year has erased what happened here. The last time I called your name, a part of me stopped moving on. A part of me stayed frozen in the moment you were gone. I've loved and I've lost, I've survived the pain, but deep inside my heart, nothing has changed. Because every road I take leads back again to the love I couldn't save. And the last time I called your name, the rain has stopped, the night grows still, but some echoes never disappear, and yours never will.